are going to need, not just now, but potentially, we don't know, for quite some time to come.
This is a new disease. It's a brand new disease. Nobody had it 11 months ago. So we need three things. We need research to understand it. We need guidance for the clinical teams who will treat it. And then at the high end, we will probably need specialist clinics for some people. But who would you like to staff that? Do you wish an endocrinologist? Do you want an immunologist? Do you want an intensive care doctor? Do you want a general practitioner? Nobody knows, because we don't know what the disease is yet. We know it's a complex syndrome of a lot of symptoms. And therefore, just now, it's being treated by generalists, general physicians in hospital, and GPs in the community, along with their clinical teams. So we have to do the research, then we have to do the guidance, which we're writing just now with SIGN, our version of guidance, NICE, the English and Welsh version of guidance, and the Royal College of General Practitioners. That will need updated all the time as we learn more and more and more. And I would not be at all surprised if at the high end of that, there are some very sick people who may need hospital specialist clinics. But just now, we don't know what kind of service they require. People, our primary care people and our secondary care people are working together to get to that end point.
Michael Blackley from the Mail.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I've just got a few questions regarding the upcoming COVID immunisation programme. Can you confirm exactly what your latest estimates are, the up-to-date estimates of the number of doses of the new vaccine that you might have? And in Scotland, we have 1 million people who are of pension age and might see themselves as being one of the priority groups. Have you got any estimate at this stage as to how long it might take to get through that for them to all be immunised? And just finally, in terms of mass immunisation centres, will there be GPs and other frontline NHS workers that need to be diverted towards those? Will they be staffing these centres? Thanks.
No, I can't give you definitive answers to all of that today because we don't yet have the information that would allow me to do so. I addressed some of it in Parliament yesterday. We don't know exactly how much vaccine we'll have over what timescales. We have estimates of that. We are basing planning on the best assumptions. We know of the Pfizer vaccine, which is not the only vaccine in play. There are others undergoing trials just now. The UK as a whole has 40 million doses of this, and Scotland will get a population share of that. We understand that vaccine will require to be administered in 2 doses per person, 3 weeks apart. But until we, absolutely know what the delivery schedules of that are, we can't be definitive about some of these other questions. But we will continue to set out our plans. There is a huge amount of planning underway to make sure that whatever the delivery schedule is, then we are in the position to roll that out and get people vaccinated as quickly as possible. This is going to be a massive exercise, clearly, and so yes, there will be NHS staff undoubtedly involved in that, but as we finalise more of the details of this, we will share them in the normal ways. Do you want to?
No.
Okay. Tom Martin from the Express.
Hi, thank you, First Minister. Just a brief follow-up on the earlier questions regarding the situation with this apparent instruction to teachers in Aberdeen to turn off the Protect Scotland app. There are some reports that this may have happened elsewhere. Is the government aware of that? And if so, or is there any concern that safety may have been compromised as a result?
I'm not aware of that, which is not the same thing as saying it's not happening, because I'm not aware of it. I try to be as aware of as much as I can, but I can't be aware of absolutely everything all of the time. People shouldn't turn off the Protect Scotland app. Jason's outlined circumstances in which if you're wearing PPE in a clinical setting, you might do that. If you're behind a plastic sort of barrier, it may be okay to do that. If you're putting your phone in a locker at work so you're not with your phone, it might be okay to do that. But I would encourage people, wherever possible, if you've got the app in your phone, keep your phone with you and keep it turned on. So, I've heard some suggestion that Aberdeen City Council have given that advice to teachers on public health advice. I don't yet know what that is. I'm not a public health expert, but using common sense, if you've got an app on the phone that is meant to assist with advice is to tell people to keep it on and to keep the phone with them as far as possible. David Ball from the Herald.
Thank you, First Minister. Following on from that, the letter sent out in Aberdeen to staff indicates that the issue has been raised at a national level. I was just wondering if that is the case, and does this sort of advice undermine the importance of the app as sort of another layer of protection when the advice being issued is essentially saying it is a substitution for mitigation already being in place?
Look, I've only become aware of this morning, so I can't say for sure what the chain of advice that might have led to this letter, and I've not actually seen the letter, so I'll caveat my answer in all of this. But let me be very clear: the Protect Scotland app only works and is only effective if A, you download it to your phone, you keep it switched on, and you have your phone with you. If it's on and running when your phone is away from you, it may still get alerts, but obviously that will not mean you've been close to somebody with the virus. So keep your phone with you, keep the app on, and keep Protect Scotland on your phone. I don't know at the moment what the basis for Aberdeen City Council's advice is. As you hear often, they question national advice quite liberally and quite often, as they are absolutely entitled to do. So I'm not entirely sure what the chain of events leading to this will be. I will certainly be trying to get to the bottom of it later, but I cannot be clearer. If you're a teacher in a school, there's no reason that I could think of that you would be routinely advised to turn that app off. And there's every reason I can think of why that would be not the right advice to give. So I'll be clear about that. And if there's any issues we need to clear up about how advice can be given that doesn't seem to me to be right, then we will do that. Helen Puttock from The Times.
Thank you. There's understandably been a focus on universities and students going home for Christmas. I wondered if I could ask you both about the school Christmas holidays. We've looked through the holiday dates, and 21 local authorities break up on either the 22nd or the 23rd of December, so very close to Christmas Day. Can you tell us, is this safe? And also, can you